What's up, my friend? In today's video, I'll tell you the things that you need to do in order for you to get a job quickly, as soon as possible, as an international student studying abroad. And I'm talking about great full-time jobs. Let's get into it. So you are an international student in the US, Canada, Australia, and you want to get a job as soon as you graduate. Let me tell you a couple of things that I think would be super helpful on this journey. First is have a plan A, plan B, plan C. I talked about this recently in one of my recent videos that I did a couple of weeks ago at this point. So you should have plan A, plan B, plan C. If plan A doesn't work, you activate plan B. So this way, because it's a new journey, it's a new country, it's a new environment, sometimes it takes long to get a job. It takes some effort. It takes you just being strong and being consistent. Just keep doing things. So have a plan A, B, C. And why this is important is it helps you to not limit yourself to one plan. And that was the mistake that I made. I just wanted to work in one specific industry and I was focused on that. Of course, that didn't go well, right? So have a plan A, B, C, and that way you open yourself up to more opportunities such that you may end up getting a job that's more in your plan C, but after some time you may get a job that is your plan A. So just be open to a lot more opportunities. So write down your plan A, B, C, and do this as soon as possible. Some international students don't even think about getting jobs until they're like 6 months in. While that sounds okay, it is not okay for you as an international student. You should start writing down your plan A, B, C for getting jobs like 1 month after getting to that country, because you never know how long it will take and you want to start early. So that's my first tip for you. So another thing you should do is you should join a church community, and I'm using church because I'm Christian and I've always been part of a church. So join a church community and build relationships there and get your church members or your church friends to almost like do referrals for you at their companies. Now, some companies have formal referral system or processes. That is great, where someone can just get your resume and put in a referral for you for a job. But some companies don't have those formal processes. But someone in that company can say, hey, I have a friend that will be interested in this role, like just hustle for you. So once you're part of that church system and you're building relationships with people, it is so easy for you to talk to your church members and say, hey, I don't have a job yet. Could you please put in a referral for me? Could you please help me talk to this person? I saw this role online and it's at your company. Church members will go all out for you, typically more than a random person you messaged on LinkedIn. So as much as possible, use your communities, and this could be in church, this could be at a mosque, any religious organization, or it could be some associations like African communities in that area. Like I know Igbo people in the US have all these great and strong communities. I've forgotten what they call one. I'm married to an Igbo man. Or is it Igbo man? I'm married to an Igbo man anyway, and they have all these communities. Umu Igbo Connect, I think that's the one. They have one in Los Angeles and in different states. I think it's Umu Igbo Connect. I'm not pronouncing it well, but I'm still working on my Igbo skills. But anyway, join those kind of communities, and typically those people, because like your Igbo too, and Igbo, if you're not familiar with what I'm saying, is a tribe and a people, a nationality within Nigeria. I think we always say Yoruba nation, but anyway, Igbo is a tribe in Nigeria, and in the US, they have these communities, and if you're part of those communities, you see like older Igbo men or women, and they once you're young, they're like, oh, I used to work at this company, and they just want to support you because they feel like you are part of them. So as much as possible, join these organizations, network there. And you know, they have this Igbo service in some cities where there's a church service, but in the evening they have a separate Igbo service where the service, they are speaking Igbo throughout, and they are connecting. And join those kind of things, even if it's not convenient for you to go to the service where they're speaking Igbo. Just do it. Meet people, meet older people, and these people will go out of their way for you. So that's another thing I think you should do. Another thing I think you should do is speak with your career services. Now, let me say this up front. Many times, I think career services teams within schools, and career services is just like, they may call them different names in your own school, but like they're just like a team that helps students with their career, getting jobs, navigating the job scene in that country. And many times, even though I'm saying connect with your career services team, many times they are not super helpful to international students. I just want to put that out there. Like, don't have very high expectations, but it is good for you to connect with them and have a strategy for working with them. Now, this is what I mean. When you want to connect with career services, before you go have your first meeting or first conversation with them, have a plan. What do you want from them? Even though they are not super helpful to international students, now given after spending some years here, I now understand how you can benefit from them as an international student, even though they are usually not super helpful. But if you do certain things, they may become your biggest resource. One of those things you can do is, before you have your conversation with career services, research some industries or roles you're interested in, and also look for alumni that, you know, of course, went to the school and work in those industries. Now, when you go speak with career services, you should tell them, of course, they will ask you questions. What do you want? What kind of job do you want? What experience do you have from your home country? Blah, blah, blah. But at the end of that conversation, also tell them that I noticed this person doing, or this other person graduated from this program and is working in the industry I'm interested in, and we also have a similar background. Is there any way you can connect me with doing? These people always have their alums email addresses. They do that. They have an entire alumni relations team. They have emails of any alum you are interested in. So at the end of that conversation, tell them exactly what you want and let them say, no, we can't connect you. Or they will likely tell you something like, okay, we'll check with this person first and see if they can mentor you as you go through this process. So your job before you go interact with your career services team is to do your research and figure out what you want from them, or like the kind of help you think they can offer you. One other thing I think you should do, my friend, is you should attend conferences. So, you know, I'm touching my face because it's weird. If you've worn glasses for so long, this thing likely happens to you. Let me know if it happens to you too, where you're feeling your face to see like, where's my glasses? Like, it's almost like you're feeling your glasses, but it's not there, if that makes sense. If you've worn glasses for long, let me know in the comments if this happens to you, okay? Anyway, I was saying that you should go attend conferences. So typically there are a lot of conferences happening at different times throughout the year. So your job is find the best conferences, and the best is not like, the best conference is not where they have the best after parties, because that's what some people look out for. That's not what I'm saying. The best conference for you are those conferences where a lot of companies, they have a lot of like corporate sponsors, and those companies will be present at the conference. Now, a lot of people, if you go for those conferences, you can get interviews on the spot. Now, whether you get a job or not, I'm less interested in that. What I'm more interested in is you practice interviewing, and you practice interviewing on the spot with companies. That really helps you. Now, after you, and another reason why I like conferences is whether or not you get a job, you can get people's business cards and build relationships from those conferences. There are people that I'm still connected to today on LinkedIn because we were at the same conference. Their company was there. I didn't get a job with them at the time, but now we're connected that sometimes I ask them for referrals at their companies and things like that. So prioritize going for conferences. Of course, the issue is a lot of conferences are not cheap. A lot of good career type conferences are not cheap, okay, but they usually have like student discounts or something that you can use. Of course, you can't go to all of them because some of them are like $500, $700 for some. It's a lot. $300, and you have to travel to the city, your flight, your Airbnb or hotel. It starts adding up, right? So what you want to do is, for some conferences, join virtually and pay for the virtual option, which is, in my opinion, not as great as the in-person option. But for some others, go in person and pay and network like crazy when you are there. So there are a couple of conferences I've heard of. There's Afrotech, which is mostly for like Black people in tech. If that's kind of the industry you're interested in, Afrotech is one, and I think there's another, and Afrotech is happening next month or so in Texas. Another one is like National Black MBA. That one is mostly for MBA students. And I went for that one when they did it in Detroit in 2018 or so. I think I was in Detroit for that one. So my point is, just attend the right conferences for your industry. There's another one, National Black Engineers or something like that. There are just so many. So prioritize going for conferences. See, my friend, if you found today's video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe, and let me know in the comments if there are other things that helped you as an international student that you think will help other people as they think about settling and getting jobs in the country where they're studying. Listen, you need to know that you have to pay forward, right? You have to help other people. So drop a comment. You never know who your comment will help, and how it would even give someone hope. Sometimes what people need is not like the job right now or how to get the job. Sometimes just hearing another person with a similar experience that was able to go through it and come out successful, that's what some people need. They just need hope. So please put a nice comment sharing your experience in the comment section, and I'll read it and hopefully helps other people as well. That's it for today's video. I'll see you in the next one.